Hey, what's up everybody? This is Quet, and I'm gonna make a quick video on my computer setup. I've been asked to do this video kind of for a while now, so I just wanted to go ahead and do it. It's a Friday night. I'm in a good mood. I have the house to myself for the last time, probably for a few months, so I might as well just go ahead and enjoy it and code and make YouTube videos. So I was asked to make this video by Jennifer Davis. You can find her Twitter over at SIGJE. She's been supporting my channel for a very long time now, and I really appreciate it. And she asked if I could do a video just basically on how my computer is set up and how I record my videos and stuff like that. So I'm using a MacBook Air 2014, I believe, with like 4 gigs of RAM. Running macOS Mojave right now. Nothing too special there, kind of standard. I use a dual monitor setup with my computer actually being one of the monitors. So I use my computer and then I have a monitor that's about 20 inches or something. Nothing special about the monitor either. It's just a Dell monitor. I'll upgrade it later, but just showing you don't need a lot to actually get started. You just need to put in the work and, be dedicated. So that's my setup there. I normally run Chrome for just general web browsing and coding in general. I really like their dev tools. I've been using Chrome for a long time now. I mean, I've kind of gone back and forth and used a lot of browsers, but for the most part, Chrome is mostly what I use. So when it comes to like apps that I use when recording, I generally use QuickTime. I'm using QuickTime right now. I'm looking into switching over to OBS. OBS is pretty good. It's definitely good for streaming. I might start doing a couple streams here on YouTube or Twitch. So might as well kind of get comfortable with that. I do most of my editing, or I do all of my editing in QuickTime as well, but I'm looking to use what's that, iMovie maybe. I'm looking into editing more. I'm not the greatest at it. I haven't spent a lot of time doing it, but yeah, definitely need to have something to record everything, capture everything, edit down, and do what I need to do. So on top of that, other apps that I use frequently, just as a developer in my day to day, I use MailSpring for my mail. It's a great app. I highly recommend it. They have a pro features for like $10 a month or something. You can send emails. You can see when people open your emails, how many times they interact with the emails, if they click links that you send in the email. So you can send an email over to somebody, and maybe you have a proposal in it, and you send it over and you say, "Hey, get the email," and they'll be like, "Oh no, I didn't get it," or "Yeah, I saw it. We're gonna pass," or whatever, and they didn't even open the email. They didn't click any links, whatever the case may be. I don't know. If I'm dealing with a client, I'm like, "Hey, did you check this out?" I'm like, "Yeah, I checked it out. It looks great," and like you didn't even open the email. So, yeah, it lets you know when people open the email. There's a lot of great features built in. Outside of that, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I highly recommend Mailspring. Slack, if you're a developer, you probably use Slack. I like Slack. It just takes up way too much RAM. It's horrible for that. I use the Bear app for taking notes. I really like the Bear app. I used to use what's that? The thing with the elephant. Whatever. I can't think of the name right now. But I stopped using it because they started changing the way that I can do things. I was already paying them because I liked it. Evernote, that's the name of it. I was paying them. I liked it. They started doing too much, so I stopped using Evernote. One thing I like about Bear is that I can write my notes in markup. I think that's really cool. That's really neat. I don't have to click around and search where tools are and where I can do things. I know markup off the top of my head. I'm good to go. Um, so Visual Studio Code I use for coding. I think most developers that code in JavaScript do, and I'll get back to Visual Studio Code in a second. Actually, I might be going into that now because there's nothing else to really go up in my setup outside of the fact that I have terminal. I have nothing special with my terminal really. I just kind of have a look to it. I made it like black transparent background. I'm going to be looking into using what is it with the Zeesh and stuff like that. I'm looking into using kind of a different terminal to give a different look and have a couple different features. I just haven't gotten around to setting it up yet. Um, And also in the hardware department, I'm using a Coolmaster Air mechanical keyboard with the brown keycaps, with the brown keys. I really like the feel and the sound of them. They sound like that. I love that sound of the mechanical keyboard. If I were to get another keyboard, I might get blue keys because they just click a little more and it's so satisfying. But brown keys are pretty good. It was either that or red, and I feel like red might have been a little too quiet. But mechanical keyboards are great. If you don't have one, check them out. They have great features. I type faster because of the keyboard. The LED lights are great. I have like a blue and green thing like going across them now, but they have so many different effects, and it's pretty cool if you ask me. As far as my mouse, I'm using a E-Blue gaming mouse that one of my old managers gave me a couple years ago. Um, I use it for gaming. I have a Logitech trackball mouse that I like to use, but that broke. So I'm kind of just like, all right, I'll buy another one later. But I really like the trackball mouse, and I'm just kind of using this in between time. Um, and I think that's oh, and also for recording purposes, I'm using the HyperX headset. I don't remember which one I'm using. I can look it up real quick. HyperX headset. Yeah, it's the HyperX Cloud. It's like the older one. It used to be like the best one they had, but I know they came out with new ones from it. So then, yeah, the HyperX Cloud Revolver with the black and red is what I have. It's a pretty good headset. I like it. The mic is detachable. The mic is pretty good quality. It's not bad. I got it for gaming. I still use it for gaming, but I use it for recording videos right now. I actually had somebody reach out to me on Twitter about a microphone, and I really appreciate that. Once that comes in, I'll definitely let you guys know about it and how I'm liking it. So yeah, that's kind of a small upgrade coming up. I'm also looking into software to kind of compress the background sound and some of the sound, like unintentional sounds and feedback and stuff. So that's to also make the audio quality of my videos a little better. Yeah, and outside of that, for Visual Studio Code, I guess I'll go into some of my plugins that I have. I've had people ask about the fire effect that I have. You see when I type here, I have like those flames coming up. So okay, it's acting a little weird right now. I'm probably using a lot of RAM, but whatever. Um, but yeah, that's actually a plugin called Power Mode. So if I come here to my plugins, I have a couple that I'm using, some that I'm not using. My Visual Studio Code has been acting kind of weird, so some of these are disabled. But I have the Anaconda extension for Python. I have Beautify for making my code look a little bit better. This is also just kind of disabled right now. I'm not a big fan of linters. I don't hate them as much as I used to. I kind of like to do my own thing and set my own format, and I'm generally pretty strict on how my code is written and how organized it is. And linters sometimes just throw it all off. So I don't use them much. Bracket pair colorizer. I love this because it gives all of my brackets colors. It makes it easier if I make a mistake and forget to close something out or whatever the case is. I can easily kind of track it. I mean, if you're organized with your code, it should be easy too. But everybody misses opening and closing brackets. So I really like how it's coordinated. You can see here, this is yellow, so the closing one needs to be yellow. The next thing is purple and then blue. So I should be able to tell, like, if I didn't close this purple one out, I'm like, hey, I'm missing a purple closing bracket. So that really helps. Um, Close HTML, XTML. I'm not sure why I don't have this one going. This one automatically closes out HTML tag. So when I create an HTML tag, it creates a closing HTML tag at the same time. And if I change either one of the tags, the other tag would change as well. Spell checker, because my spelling is horrible. So I have to have it. And I type really fast too, so that makes it worse. And I also just don't feel like going back and changing it. I mean, it's not autocorrect, but when I go back to change it, at least I don't have to retype. I can just likely hover over it and be like, oh, I mistyped it. Power mode. This is the one I was talking about. There's a lot of different things you can use. So I'm using fire because code fire. I code fire every time that I code, and it's it's kind of part of the brand. But there's different kinds. So like there's explosions. There's magic. There's rift. This one is kind of new, and every time you write something in the text editor, it's going to have an effect. What's this magic? Fireworks. You can type of fireworks, flames. Think it's really cool. Some people, oh, even Clippy, he's a classic. So some people kind of think this is distracting and annoying. Some people think it's really cool and really fun. I can see it changing depending on what you have. The flame ones I've got really used to, so it doesn't surprise me as much as it used to. But whenever I type anything, people are like, "What is that? Is your code on fire?" Like it happens all the time. It's really cool. I've gone to interviews and people have been like, "Oh, I really like that fire effect." So yeah, everything else is pretty standard, like some Python, some movie stuff. I primarily code in JavaScript, as you guys can tell, watching the channel. But I've also, when I went to my boot camp, we learned Ruby on Rails as well. And I personally got into Python. I really like Python and its syntax. And those are the well, I mainly focus on JavaScript and Python, honestly, nowadays. But those are the three that I've done most of my work in. And outside of that, nothing else too important. Just a couple things, some Vue snippet stuff for using Vue. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I might get this TS lint because that might be important. I do think I'm gonna look into using TypeScript in the future. And I think I've kind of gone over everything for my setup. Yeah, there's just nothing else really to go over, honestly. I can't think of anything. I don't think I'm missing any features. I'll double check real quick off screen. Um, yeah, that's it. So I've gone over everything that I have, everything I have set up, um, things that I'm thinking about moving towards. Oh, and there's one last thing. I have this thing called Alfred. Alfred is amazing. Alfred's opening on the other computer screen. So you guys actually can't see it. But if you have a Mac, you should definitely look into Alfred. It's just a productivity app that does whatever you tell it to do. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of like you write scripts for. You don't necessarily write scripts for, but you kind of download plugins or write your own plugins, and you can make shortcuts to do like anything on your computer really, really fast. I like it. It's really cool. I would definitely look into Alfred if you're a Mac user. So that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make sure that I went back and made this video as I promised about 2 or 3 weeks ago that I would. So here it is. I hope you enjoyed it. I have more videos coming out soon. I do have a lot of stuff going on in life right now, but I've been sticking to that 3 to 5 videos a week, so I have not disappointed in that aspect, or it might not be disappointment, but I haven't lied. I haven't not kept up with my promise to myself and to you guys of doing 3 to 5 videos a week. So I've been doing that. I hope you're enjoying them. I'll continue doing it. Again, thank you for all the support. It's crazy that I have 100 subscribers already, and that number jumped up to 120 the day after I got 100. So you guys are amazing. The the tech community on Twitter is amazing. Black Tech Twitter is amazing. You guys have like really supported a lot as well. You guys have done a lot, so I really appreciate it. So as always, since I'm doing a YouTube video and I want to be a YouTuber, I have to ask you to subscribe to the video if you haven't already. If this video helped you, if it inspired you at all to do YouTube videos, and it's pretty easy to get started. You just make an account and start recording. Just go for it. Um, Definitely drop a like if that helped in any way. And I've been giving a little feedback that I definitely have to tell you guys about using the bell in the videos. If you look at my latest video up here, this would be today's episode. So this would be a bell. This bell, I believe, and you can get notifications for any time I start a new video. I had a friend let me know I dropped a video. I took forever to tweet out about it, and they were like, "Hey, I only knew about it because I got an alert." So I want to let you guys know that you can also hit this bell and get notifications when I drop new videos if you want to know about them as soon as they come out and don't want to rely on me remembering to tweet. So, yeah, thanks for everything, and I hope you enjoyed, and I have more videos coming for you guys. Thanks.